Welcome to my new YouTube video. I fucked it up already. Okay, one more time. Welcome to my new YouTube video. I'm really excited about this one because in the background I got a new van. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually having a good friend of mine visiting me. Her name is Rosan Asmussen. And she's a very talented bass player, actually. And we met being on tour with a band through Europe. And the last time we've been to Miami, touring through Miami. And at that time we were talking about for Roseanne to turn her life into van life. So now she's back from the States and she bought this van. And we're going to talk about the van a little bit. But first off, I'm going to show you Roseanne in action.
Falls off all the time. Yeah. Okay, boy, you can do it. Okay, this is always the second one. It's always bad. Now I put some love in it.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I'll get huge muscles in my arm. I am Roseanne. I call myself Rose and the Bass. And I am from the Netherlands. And I am recording my second album very soon. I'm a bass player, of course. I travel a lot to record videos and work with other musicians from all over the world.
Roseanne actually made a huge step. She sold everything she had to buy the van. She quit her apartment in Amsterdam to travel Europe to meet musicians and record her new album and play music and create music on the road. And for me, it's very inspiring to see when people turn their dreams into reality. So Roseanne is actually a huge inspiration for me. Back at the lake, and Roseanne came to visit me to talk about her van because she has no experience at all. First of all, are you happy with what you bought?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy with this old bus. It makes me feel so happy to hear the engine and to see that it's alive.
So Rose, I think your main decision to buy this bus was actually that you do not have to build the inside for living, that it's already...
Exactly. Yeah, for me it saves a lot of money and time, mostly time. Actually, that's the most important thing for me. It saves a lot of time to build all these closets, and yeah, it's ready to go. It's pretty basic, but it works.
Rose, what's that bucket for?
This is against moist in the bus, because when you heat up the bus and it cools down afterwards, at least this bus, it gets really moisty. So you can see that it's already in here, and it helps actually. It's a very, yeah, how do you say it, primitive way to collect the moist.
Okay, Rose, my honest opinion after looking at it, I think actually you paid way too much money for it.
Okay.
But it's no drama. I think this bus fits perfect for you. But I wouldn't invest very much money in it.
No.
I think you do need a good power station, a mobile power station, so you can play bass all the time. And the rest I would just leave like it is.
No, and actually that's exactly what's my plan, because I bought it for €1,000, but it's ready to try out.
Right, and I think it's very important to try out before. Yeah. I think that's a big mistake, that people invest a lot of money in something that don't really work for everybody. And I think you have to experience it first in order to see if this really fits you.
Yeah.
Because it's not always this beautiful Instagram lifestyle. And it has a lot of downsides. But I think in the end for you it's just perfect for, yeah, sitting here at the lake and play bass and write songs and do YouTube videos. It's great.
And honestly, I do like a risky life.
I know.
I like adventures. It shouldn't be too boring. So in that, I think if you look at from that perspective, this bus is a really good start.
I think with this bus, your life is definitely not going to be boring.
No.
Because I believe that you will have some issues with it. Yeah. Are you a good mechanic?
I'm learning. The most important thing is that I'm open to learn and to do and try out things with my hands. And I grew up on the countryside where my parents already learned me some basic stuffs about cars.
How did you get into playing the bass?
Okay, I started as a drummer when I was 8 years old, and my brother wanted to learn some drum tricks, so I learned him some drum tricks, and then he got better. So when he got better than me, I decided I wanted to play with him. So I was looking for another instrument, and since my father is a guitar player, I decided to try out the bass. And I underestimated that trying out, because when I grabbed the bass from the wall, I fell in love with the instrument and I never changed. Actual life for a bass player is not always glamour, and actually you see how I'm trying to make a living here without having any proper job, but I'm just trying to collect enough gigs and little jobs to make a living, but it's really hard, and it's all about branding and promoting yourself on the music market. And it's much weirder than I thought, because I was studying at the pop academic, and I thought it was just like you get good at the bass and you will get discovered by some artist and then you will make a living. But that's not how it works. I'm here with Barry, and Barry's actually a pretty special person in this whole trip for me in America.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, because you helped me with the first contact here in New York.
I was just lucky to meet you through my friends who you met on tour and in Europe, who found you. So it was all kind of just magical. Like I didn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Patrick talked about you. He was excited, and said you were a great bass player and you were really cool. And then when I met you, like I didn't know that you were here yet. I didn't know I was going to meet you. And then I was like, "Hi, I'm Barry." And you're like, "I'm Roseanne."
On the street.
I was like, "Wait, what? You're Roseanne?" So.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I bought the van because it saves me the money to rent a hotel room. So I'm gonna record my second album in Norway, in Oslo, because I met musicians there that I want to work with, and they're very inspiring to me. So I decided I should visit them to record my album, so the Norwegian musicians can play on it. Whoa! This is Oscar.
Hi there.
Nice to see you.
You too.
He just came over from Norway. Actually, and we met before Norway.
Yeah, we met in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were jamming in the safe. And I think we were connected by Tollak Ollestad.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a teacher when I was doing the pop academic. And we played together and you told me like, yeah, come over to Norway.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, why not? And I will go there with the bus.
Tell me about your first album. You gave it to me a few months ago, and actually the first time I heard it, it was on loop after that for many times.
Mi mamoya sanga di bola di pinda. Yalanto na la wandi singato. Singana bwembe bosango tindu. Bosango tindu ala matito ya. Yala. My first album was recorded in Mozambique, and the way to get there for me was to raise money with crowdfunding. So that's the way I got there, all alone, me and the bass. And I found a guy in close to the capital Maputo, the little town where he had his studio was called Patrice Lumumba, and I was there surrounded by local musicians to get inspired and to get to the roots of African music. And I brought 10 songs that I already wrote, and I recorded it with the local musicians in Africa.
What's the master plan? Why did you buy a bus?
Actually, because I decided to quit my job and I decided to move out of Amsterdam because the rent is extremely high and I was just working to pay the rent. For me that feels like throwing away your life, and I want to have more time and space for creativity, and in this way I lower my expenses.
That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. That would really help me out. And be sure to check out Roseanne's Space World. It's a really cool YouTube channel, and there are a lot of laughs waiting for you because Roseanne is definitely a crazy person. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.